Hello, dear students. Welcome back to your second instructional video for project number 3. In this video, I'm going to discuss how we can search for sources. And the first thing that I'd like you to do is go to our Canvas site on your computer. On our Canvas site, please click on the syllabus link so you can see a list of the assignments. Scroll down to the link that reads Searching for Sources for Project Number 3, which is due on April 6th. I'm going to give you a brief moment to open that up on your computer because I'm going to walk you through all of the steps that you need to take to search for sources for Project Number 3. Once you have that assignment open on your computer, I'd like to talk with you about what is in the text box in which I describe the assignment, Searching for Sources for Project Number 3. The text box reads, in your last brief mini assignment, you chose a topic, a research question, and identified some search terms. We're now ready to begin searching for our project. Before we can begin searching, though, we have to know what search engines to use to search for a project for a college-level essay. At Marymount, we typically recommend our students look in two places in English 101. The first place we ask you to look for sources is on the internet, but we ask you to use a search engine called Google Advanced. You will see in your text box that there's actually a link to Google Advanced. We'll be going there in just a moment. Also in English 101, we like to introduce our students to the library's articles and databases. They are very helpful for college-level research. In your text box on your screen, you will also see a link to the library databases, and we'll go there in a moment. Finally, in the text box, you will see that there is an attachment, a Word document. And it's one of those interactive Word documents, just like you completed in the first mini assignment. I would like you to download that Word document to your computer and open it because you will be entering answers to questions as we follow this video. So, to recap, you need to open Google Advanced on your computer. You need to click on the link for the library databases, and you need to download the Word document Searching for Sources for Project Number 3. Once you have all of those materials open on your computer, I'd like you to begin by going to Google Advanced. I'm actually going to click my own computer to Google Advanced. And if we go to Google Advanced, we'll see that we have the option. Oh, I am not in Google Advanced. I was in the library. There we are. Now I'm in Google Advanced. You will see that you have a text box in which you can type in key search terms. Now, if you remember, you've already identified key search terms in the last handout that you completed for these mini assignments. Think about what those search terms were, and I'd like you to enter those search terms in the first box. For me, I typed in the search terms barriers, college, students, first generation, and graduate. So I actually had a lot of search terms. I just put them all in there. And so I just wrote them side by side. Now the tricky thing here is you do have to make sure that your search terms are spelled correctly. Otherwise, the internet won't be able to find those words. So take your time, enter some keyword search terms, and just click on search. Let's see what comes up. For my search, I actually have some pretty good sources. However, I had to do one very important thing before I could find my sources. So let's go ahead and click search, and you probably have a whole list of sources in front of you, but they're probably all sponsored sources, which means that they are agencies that have paid money to have their news come up first. That is not helpful at all. So what I want you to do is look on your computer screen, and toward the top of your computer screen, you should have the ability to kind of filter your search results. I want you to click on the one that says news. N-E-W-S, news. This way, you'll only have news from newspapers and magazines. You won't have all of those sponsored ads from different agencies. And this will get you closer to finding sources that are relevant for your project. So go ahead, click on news, and see if that helps find actual news articles from newspapers and magazines. For me, I have a lot of really good stuff. I'm going to scroll down here and try to find this one title that I have. It was a really good one, and now I cannot find it, of course. I have one that's called First Generation Students Face Barriers in Applications and Finances. Marvelous. So my search question was, what are the barriers that limit first-generation college students' success, right, or impede their graduation? I found this fabulous newspaper article, First-Generation Students Face Barriers in Applications and Finances. So what I'm going to do now is scroll through all of the sources that have come up, and I'm going to look at the titles. If the titles seem interesting to me, I want to make a note of those titles. That's where the Word document comes in very nicely. If you take a look at the bottom of the first page of your Word document, you'll see that I have these two text boxes here, but at the very bottom, I ask you to record the MLA citation information for some sources that seem helpful. If you find one that seems helpful, go ahead and type it in at the bottom of this first page. You want to make sure that you keep that source, the title of that source, at least somewhere handy, so you can go back to it again. So if you find something that is useful, again, please type it down here, and in a few moments I'm going to talk with you how to actually record the MLA citation for that source. But for now, just go ahead and type the title, right? The other thing that I'd like you to keep in mind as you're searching is you might have those fabulous search terms that you came up with in your last assignment, but you might not find any good results with those search terms. If that happens, change the search terms. Try to look for synonyms that might work. So for me, I was using the word barrier. Excuse me. Maybe instead of the word barrier, I could use the word challenges or problems or obstacles, right? So if the words that you're typing in aren't working, go ahead and type in synonyms and delete the old words and see if that helps you find better sources. So at this point, you should just pause here, take a few minutes, search on Google Advanced, and see if you can find sources that are relevant to your research question. And a very important reminder again, make sure that you filter it so that you click on news, so you only have news articles. Otherwise, you'll have things that are just completely not relevant or appropriate for the assignment. Once you find two sources that are relevant to your topic, I want you to think about these text boxes on the first page. In the first text box, I ask you, what search terms did you use that ended up not being helpful at all? And I would like you to type the words that were not helpful to you in the search box. Then, on the right side of your handout, I would like you to type the terms that ended up being really helpful when you were searching, right? I want you to be able to see that there were some words that you thought that would be good, but that weren't good. But then there were some that maybe you didn't realize it, but they ended up being very helpful. So on this first page, I would like you in your text boxes to make a list of the words that helped you find your sources and a list of the words that did not help you find your sources. Then at the bottom of the page, I would like you to begin typing your MLA citations for your sources. And I've actually given you the template for an MLA citation for a newspaper or magazine right here at the bottom. So you only need to fill in the blanks. So when you find your source, I'm going to click on my source that I was really excited about. When you find the source, you'll need to kind of scroll around to find this information. The first thing that we need is the author. Well, the author is usually near the top of the source, and you can copy and paste the author onto your Word document. Next, you need the title of the article. That was the title that caught your attention in the first place. Again, you can copy and paste that title. Next, we need the title of the magazine or newspaper. Usually that's the title that's very big at the top of the page. You might need to type that in on the Word document. In my case, my news article came from a newspaper called The Appalachian. Next, you want the publication information, the date, month, and year. For me, mine was published on January 25th, 2020, so a pretty recent newspaper article. And then the pages. Most of what you're going to find is not going to have a page number. So if the news articles that you are finding are published online, then you won't have page numbers. But take your time with this. Do your best to find 2 sources on your Google Advanced Search that are relevant to your research question. When you find those 2 sources, please type 2 MLA citations at the bottom of your handout. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video here, and I'll record a second video to talk about how we can use the library databases to find sources for our project. But if you do have questions about how to use Google Advanced for your research, as always, you may call me, text me, or email me. Thank you for watching. Bye!